This is ABC7 News at 5. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Hello and welcome. I'm Jacqueline Matter.
And I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for being with us tonight. Tonight, President Donald Trump will deliver his first official State of the Union address.
ABC's Lana Zach joins us live from Capitol Hill in Washington with more details on that State of the Union. Lana?
Good evening. President Trump has been busy preparing his speech. He told a group of journalists today that governing has required more heart than business. And we're also told from the White House that we should expect that this speech's message will be uplifting.
The state of our union is great, it's healthy, it's prosperous, everything is going the right direction.
As President Trump puts the final touches on his first State of the Union address, members of Congress are making their own assessments.
Look, the state of our union is economically, it's very strong right now, but our country is very divided, and it's polarized, and there's a lack of trust.
The White House says that unifying the country will be one of President Trump's primary goals tonight. Only a few people in the White House know exactly what he will say, but the attendees in the First Lady's box always provide some insight. Among the announced guests, a family that benefits from the tax plan, small business owners, and two families whose daughters were killed by the MS-13 gang, often tied to illegal immigration. In fact, immigration has been one of the most fiercely debated issues recently in Washington, and many members will bring dreamers to the speech.
I would like to see that there is some bipartisan support and support from the president to pass legislation.
But the other major topic, the Russia investigation, is unlikely to get a mention, says former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
And I think if he gets in and gets down that rabbit hole, he tends to get angry about it. And that's not the person you want to see tonight.
A handful of Democratic lawmakers say they will be boycotting tonight's speech, but in a sign of solidarity, several members who are in favor of bipartisan immigration reform say that they intend to wear both blue and red tonight. Reporting live from the Capitol, Lana Zach, ABC News. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Lana. The State of the Union does start tonight at 9 o'clock. You can watch that speech live right here on ABC7.
Some members of Congress are planning to make a statement during the State of the Union address. At least 8 members of Congress plan to bring sexual assault survivors or activists as their guests. Many say the hashtag #MeToo movement has inspired them to invite those guests. Several female Democratic lawmakers also plan to wear black tonight to show support for movements protesting sexual harassment and assault. The president himself continues to be confronted by accusations ranging from sexual harassment and sexual assault to lewd behavior from at least 15 women. A minority of the Supreme Court is expected to attend tonight's speech. Justice Neil Gorsuch, who was Trump's nominee, is scheduled to be there. He's among 4 of the 9 justices who are planning to attend. Chief Justice John Roberts, Justice Stephen Breyer, and Justice Elena Kagan are also scheduled to attend. They'll sit together in their judicial robes near the front of the chamber, and in order to preserve impartiality, refrain from any kind of applause or reaction to most of the president's speech.
Well, the night is finally here. The House District 72 candidates will debate right here on ABC7 tonight. Alan Cohn joins us now with more details. Alan?
Jacqueline, I don't know if there has been a more anticipated political debate on the Suncoast in years. For the first and only time, all 3 candidates running for the open seat in House District 72 will debate right here at the trapezoid. Republican James Buchanan, Democrat Margaret Good, and Libertarian Allison Foxall will all be in studio. The only debate between all 3 candidates, the special election, is on February 13th, with early voting beginning Saturday, February 3rd. You can vote at the Supervisor of Elections office, the North Sarasota Library, and the Westfield Sarasota Square Mall. And again, you could join us and watch the debate tonight at 7 o'clock. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Alan. Well, certainly a little chillier this morning when you were heading out the door. I know I was heading to the gym and even had to use a coat during the mid-afternoon.
Yeah, the breeze didn't help either, keep us cool. Here's Bob with more details.
Yeah, that north wind ushering in that cold, dry air all day long. Temperatures did manage to get up into the mid-60s today for highs, a little warmer tomorrow. And it will be a colder start tomorrow morning. We'll be in the low 40s to mid-40s across the region. Just again, some high clouds coming in from the north and west. Beautiful afternoon, though. Lots of sunshine out there. Low humidity. And that is going to stick around. The dew point is at 42 degrees. That's low. Humidity at 50%. Winds out of the northwest at 12. It's dropped 3 degrees just in the last hour. And the pressure way up there, 30-19. And the winds out of the north and northeast now. around 5 to 10 for the most part up and down the coast. A little stronger, but not much. Into Venice, Warm Mineral Springs, Northport, and Port Charlotte. Looks like temperatures for lows tonight will be down into the mid-40s near the coast. So we'll see some low 40s inland, maybe in places like Arcadia and Wauchula, and then also into parts of Highlands County, but generally into the mid-40s. We'll have a little bit of a breeze too, so it'll make it feel even colder. Temperatures for highs tomorrow, though, back to the 70s we go. Well, more in the forecast. Let you know about another cold front, which promises to bring some rain our way. Details on that coming up next.
All right, Bob, thank you. A Sarasota High School registrar is fired after a Snapchat video surfaces of her dancing on a counter at a birthday party and a 17-year-old Riverview High School student next to her drinking what appears to be alcohol.
That video was turned over to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. Investigators saying that the party was held at a Sarasota High School assistant principal's house. The school district now also launching its own investigation. ABC7's Jess Dowdrick joins us live from Sarasota High School with the latest on this developing story. Jess?
Jacqueline Scott, this party happened a little earlier this month, and just days later, the video you're about to watch was in the hands of law enforcement. Watch as 39-year-old Rowena Short dances on a countertop, the minor bumping his head on her butt, the caption reading, quote, "My girl." The principal of Riverview High School got a hold of the video last week and turned it over to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office to investigate a possible relationship between Short and the student. The minor denied any relationship with Short, telling law enforcement he heard about the party on Snapchat on a feature called 941 Party. The Sheriff's Office traced the party's location back to Sarasota High School assistant principal's home. The student claims he doesn't know who supplied him with the alcohol there and that the Sheriff's Office was unable to determine if the assistant principal was home at the time of the party. The Sheriff's Office was unable to find any substantial evidence of an inappropriate relationship or that the district employee supplied the student alcohol. However, Short was in her 6-month probationary period with the district and was fired. As far as the assistant principal, she's been reassigned and will not have any contact with students until the school district wraps up its investigation.
The investigation is just beginning. From our standpoint, we defer to law enforcement. We have been informed by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office that they have concluded their investigation, which gives us the go-ahead to begin an investigation of our own.
I searched Snapchat today for this 941 party feature that was discussed in the police report. The search came up empty, so I talked to a social media guru who says the account was either deleted or it's some kind of invite-only account. Reporting live in Sarasota, Jess Dowdrick, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you for that update, Jess. Sarasota County officials have lifted a lockdown at Riverview High School, and now the Sheriff's Office is classifying the report received as a suspicious incident. School officials say a student saw a threat on Snapchat and reported it to administrators. The video appeared to have shown the butt of a gun along with a person indicating a potential threat to campus. Sheriff's investigators have talked with the student who posted that threat on Snapchat and determined it was not credible. The video in question is no longer accessible, but the Sheriff's Office says the student involved is cooperating with detectives. The Sheriff's Office adds that the student denied making any threats or making that video.
An update now. In last week's deputy-involved shooting in Manatee County, one man died and a deputy was placed on administrative leave after the incident. Deputies responded to a domestic dispute between 38-year-old Corey Mobley and his wife at a gas station. Mobley told deputies, quote, "I've got a gun for you," refusing to show his hands and was reaching into his waistband when the Sheriff's Office says the deputy fired 4 shots. The Manatee County Sheriff's Office has identified the deputy as Patrick Dryman, who has been with the Sheriff's Office since 2008. Deputy Dryman is on light duty now until the investigation by the Sheriff's Office and State Attorney's Office has concluded.
ABC7's business commentator Richard Stern joining us now. Thank you so much for joining us, Richard. And I understand red numbers all across Wall Street today.
No blood in the streets, but boy, you'd sure think so based on what we saw. It's been a long time since we saw a day like this. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down by a whopping 411 points at the low of the day. Don't panic. No, it was not down that much at the close, but it was down by 411 points. The closing figure was the largest single-day decline we've seen since last August. In the last 2 days, remember, we were down 177 points yesterday. The last 2 days are the biggest two-day decline we've seen since 2016. So I guess that should get your attention. Let's take a look at the numbers, and they will get your attention. There you see the Dow down 362.59, closing at 26,076.89. A drop of 1.37% on volume of 801 million shares. The NASDAQ for the day, well, obviously everything's down 64 points, almost 0.9%, closing at 7,402.48. That on volume of 1,837 million shares. And of course, the S&P looks very similar, down 1.1%, down 31 points at 2,822.43. Well, guess what happens when a world-class company announces terrific earnings on the wrong day? Yes, on a down day. McDonald's, you're familiar with that company. Well, McDonald's today announced that its same-store sales in the fourth quarter were up by 4.5%, its best performance in 6 years. How's that? 6 years. So what did they get for it? Well, the stock fell today by 3%. And the reason for that, of course, is there were a lot of selling going everywhere on Wall Street. McDonald's gave most of the credit for the fact that it had its 2 for $5 promotion, and also a product that I personally am not familiar with called Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. I don't know what those are, but apparently a lot of people do know what those are, because that's certainly been a big, big success.
Maybe it's their attempt at fried chicken.
Perhaps that's the case. And I think after today, we're going to have a lot of people may want to wonder what's going on Wall Street. Well, we're going to have a conversation about that this Thursday. Conversations with the Sterns, that's a weekly event. This Thursday at 1:30 in the afternoon. You can sign up by calling 906-2847. Or you can Google Stern Baird, or just simply sternbaird.com. Again, 906-2847, Thursday at 1:30, maximum of 12 people.
Richard, we've had 2 tough days on Wall Street this week. What are your expectations for tomorrow then?
Well, there's something going on at 9 o'clock tonight. I think that may have a little bit of influence on it. And of course, the Fed is meeting tomorrow, Janet Yellen's swan song, and what they have to say about interest rates. So a whole lot going on. And Thursday, just a ton of earnings reports. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Thanks, Richard.
You're welcome.
So to come in your Suncoast News tonight, a South Florida nursing home fighting to keep its license in court this week, while prosecutors are trying to revoke it.
And Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, spending too much time on your phone can have damaging effects on your posture. Why doctors say text neck is especially dangerous for young people.
The ABC7 Stock Report is brought to you by Sunset Cadillac.
Supan, part of the U.S. Paralympic rugby team. In my game, movement is everything. I get frustrated when my move is blocked, especially when that guy has no right to be there, even just for a minute. I love a challenge, but I don't like to play this game every day.
A message from the United Spinal Association.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
I was always worried and scared. Mom was in pain. She wasn't going to get any better, and all the trips to the ER were painful for all of us. Then we called Tidewell Hospice, and everything changed. Now she has care in our home when she needs it, surrounded by family. We know we don't have much time left with Mom, but we decided to make the best out of that time. Tidewell Hospice, it's more than you think.
Around the neighborhood or around town, you'll feel good and look even better driving your new Fiat. For maximum performance, check out the all-new Fiat Spider. You'll flip over the superior handling and capability, or follow roads less traveled in the Fiat 500X. So go big or go small. With prices starting as low as $13,999, you're sure to find a Fiat that fits your style during the Start Something New event, going on now at Sunset Fiat of Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried, Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Did a Florida nursing home's negligence lead to a tragedy in the wake of Hurricane Irma?
Well, a hearing is underway this week to determine whether that nursing home will lose its license. Vanessa Medina has more.
Like most situations, Your Honor, there are at least two sides to every story.
Attorneys for the Hollywood Hills nursing home trying to keep their facility open after 12 patients died there after losing air conditioning during Hurricane Irma.
By all accounts, a good nursing home provider. They treated their residents like family.
The state agency for healthcare wants the facility's license revoked, saying the home failed to recognize the potential health risk of the rising temperatures inside.
How did we get here? How did this happen?
Staff from Memorial Hospital, after hearing about the potential issues at the home, going inside.
We went into the building and I just remember an extraordinary amount of heat hitting my face when we walked in past the threshold. As we walked closer to the desk, it was somewhat of a frantic scene.
Because the building was so hot, staff from Memorial deciding to evacuate patients.
I vividly remember watching them zip up a body bag, and then I looked and saw a couple of my physicians who were very busy taking care of patients, and my nursing director looked up to me and said, it's really bad.
Lawyers for the facility say staff there took reasonable and appropriate steps to care for those patients during an unprecedented event.
There will be no evidence presented in this proceeding of anyone intentionally causing harm or death.
Vanessa Medina reporting there. The hearing is expected to last throughout this week.
Yeah, already getting hurricane seminar requests.
Are you?
Yes, Venice is coming up, and those are very important that everyone attend. If you are a new resident here along the Sun Coast, too, you need to learn all the different things that come with the hurricanes. You know, we have to deal with them, but not very often, thankfully. We had a big one last year.
Yeah, and let me just point out too, Bob, that this is the time if you're thinking about shutters for your house, and you want them professionally installed. It's taking weeks. Like if you put your order in today, it's going to be a few weeks. Maybe a couple months before they can get those on. So think ahead of time for those kind of things.
Yeah, absolutely. Before the line gets too long. You don't want to wait till the watches and warnings go up either. We are not looking at any hurricane problems. And, you know, checking the long-range forecast, it looks like we're not going to see temperatures as cold as they were a couple of weeks ago. Remember, we had the freeze and the frost advisories and wind chill advisories. Well, I think that was probably our coldest week of the winter, I think, at this point. Casey Key webcam showing high surf out there. You can see those waves crashing on the beaches right there. Sunny skies, though, this afternoon. Rip currents, possibility still through this evening, and small craft should exercise caution. There is an advisory for small craft offshore from 20 miles, but again, rip currents possible up and down area beaches. I know a lot of surfers like to get out there and check out the waves and ride the waves after a situation like this, but that is going to be a problem. Colder overnight, wind chill maybe right around 40, some upper 30s. There won't be much of a wind, but it will feel that cold. Warmer Wednesday, though. We'll see high temperatures back to 70, and then rain chances increasing once again on Sunday. Now, the European model is suggesting more of an afternoon event late on Sunday, and looks like, again, the other models are suggesting more overnight and into Monday. We'll see how it plays out. But right now, you can see these clouds racing across and overhead. Those are those high cirrus clouds. They continue to do so, and it just kind of feeds out there into the Atlantic right there. Fast stream of moving air, the subtropical jet right over the top of us. That really enhanced our storms as far as rainfall went on Sunday. And there's another front coming down. You can see the beginning of it right now across the Plain States through Nebraska and parts of Kansas. This cold front, by the way, will continue to move in our direction. It's going to weaken as it pushes in our direction. Right now, that front is not doing a whole lot as far as bringing any significant rainfall there, but it will eventually moisten up things across the Ohio Valley. They will see some snowfall there in Ohio, Kentucky, and up into Pennsylvania. Well, satellite and radar imagery is showing nothing going on here as high pressure continues to dominate at the surface. Those winds will eventually switch around more to a easterly direction beginning tomorrow afternoon, and that will allow us to warm up, no rain around, and it stays dry. There is an advisory, small craft offshore from 20 miles out to 60 miles offshore of the Suncoast. Well, the European model, I mentioned that, showing that first front coming down and kind of fading away on Friday. So it looks like music on Main should be okay. And then the second front starts to develop, and you see that snow moving through Indiana, Ohio, parts of Kentucky, and also most of West Virginia. This is Sunday at 7 a.m. and it kind of fills up by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Again, some showers around and a good chance of rain overnight too on Sunday night. Temperature right now 61 in Sarasota. Bradenton is 58 in Venice, so kind of a cool evening already, and dew point temperatures are down into the low 40s right now, and that means our lows will be pretty close to those numbers that you see right there, more than likely right around 45 degrees. We'll start off into the mid 40s and warm up into the upper 60s to right around 70, but there'll be plenty of sunshine throughout the day. Current temperatures around the U.S., well, it's 16 in Toronto, 21 in Cleveland, 30 in Chicago. And you factor in the wind, it feels like 1 right now in Toronto. Well, here's the forecast as we see it for boaters tomorrow. Small craft exercising caution in the morning, 15 to 20 knots to subside to 10 knots in the afternoon. Seas running 2 to 3 feet with the choppy conditions out there. The forecast, a high of 70 tomorrow, 72 on Thursday, so pretty pleasant weather temperature-wise right through the weekend. That rain chance now, I got it at, again, 40% for showers developing late on Sunday afternoon and continuing Sunday night into Monday morning. Temperatures, though, not dropping all that much. Well, much more coming up a little bit later. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to First Alert traffic. We're seeing some backup on the DeSoto Bridge and between Bradenton and Palmetto. You can see a lot of red. That's pretty typical this time of day. US 41 heading into Palmetto is slow going as well. Jacqueline?
Thank you, Scott. In health news tonight, many of us are on our phones most of the day. You've probably felt some pain from it from looking down at the screen for hours, and doctors say that neck pain can continue. ABC's Patrick Thomas spoke to a chiropractor about the dangers of text neck, especially for young people.
A phone can help guide our life, but staring down at it day after day makes it your path to pain, according to chiropractor John Smith.
Unfortunately, right now, it's just one of those things that I don't really see it getting any better right now.
It's because of text neck.
It's ruining their cervical curves. The underlying structure of their neck is being damaged to the point that it's going to be very difficult for them to repair.
Dr. Smith says when teenagers simply tilt their head and neck downward at a 15-degree angle, it's constantly putting up to 20 to 30 more pounds of pressure on the lower cervical spine.
It's like hitting fast forward on the DVR.
Which means you could find yourself in a chiropractic chair like this much sooner in life.
Something that may have already happened anyway because of their lifestyle habits and because of the frequency that they're choosing to use these tablets. It's increasing the speed with all that degeneration and how fast that occurs.
Dr. Smith says cutting down how long you glue yourself to your phone is a first step for parents.
Anything they can do to minimize the time that they spend in cervical flexion, anything that they can do to minimize the time that they're in an awkward position in their bed or in a chair or in a car.
Scientists in China have used 3D printing and cell culturing to grow new ears for children born with a defect impacting the ear's shape and function. That's according to a first-of-its-kind study published in the journal eBiomedicine. In the study, researchers described the process, which involved collecting cartilage cells from the children's ears. They then used those cells to grow new ear-shaped cartilage based on 3D printed models of the children's healthy ears. The next step was to transfer the newly engineered ears to the children and then perform ear reconstruction. That process will require more research before it is widely available to patients in a clinical setting. An Atlanta hospital is dealing with more and more patients turning to their emergency room to fight the flu. So now it's using a mobile emergency room to help deal with those record numbers. Now this may look like the inside of a hospital, but it's actually on wheels. Grady Memorial's Chief of Emergency Medicine says their normal busy ER is now overrun, and they're up to more than 500 more patients a day. Now, this mobile ER will not just see flu patients, it will tie to the hospital system with access to records to provide seamless care. Coming up, a dash cam inside a man's car catches a thief stealing airbags not once, but twice. And a police officer makes it out of his cruiser just seconds before it burst into flames.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Why settle for less? Get more for your money at Sunset Subaru in Sarasota. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Impreza is an IIHS top safety pick for 11 years running. Lease the all-new Subaru Impreza for just $185 a month, or get 0% financing and 0 down with complimentary maintenance included. That's right, not 1 penny down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
You don't want to miss the annual Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. It is the largest orchid show on Florida's West Coast with thousands of blooming orchids on display and for sale. You'll also find orchid growing supplies, artwork, jewelry, accessories, and free classes. Make plans now to attend the Venice Orchid Show and Sale February 3rd and 4th at the Venice Community Center. Go to vaos.org online for more details.
Choral Artists of Sarasota presents Carmina Burana in Motion. Carl Orff's choral masterpiece, Carmina Burana, bursts into life in this lavish production designed for 60 voices, 3 celebrated soloists, a 2-piano percussion ensemble, and dynamic premiere choreography performed by members of Sarasota Contemporary Dance. Do not miss this lush feast of the senses. Saturday, February 3rd, 4 p.m. at Church of the Palms in Sarasota. Tickets and info are at choralartistsarasota.org or by calling 941-387-4900.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now during our Winter White event, save up to 15% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Police in Miami are looking for a thief after airbags were stolen from the same car twice in less than a month.
Investigators have a close-up shot of the suspect in the second incident, all thanks to the dash cam that the car's owner installed after the first theft. Jeff Lennox has more.
Nigel Reyes, the victim, not once, but twice.
To have to go and pay my deductible twice is a bit difficult.
Nigel's airbag from his Acura stolen twice in less than a month in his Miami parking garage off Northwest 21st Street near Jackson Memorial Hospital. The first hit back on December 30th.
After that, had my dash camera installed in the car.
But the second time, Nigel was prepared.
On January 12th, the airbag was stolen again.
That dash camera catching the crook as he breaks into the car to steal the airbag. Nigel had to fork over another $500 for his deductible, but he was able to provide police with a very clear clue.
It took less than 4 minutes to break into my car and steal the airbag.
Police say they are seeing a spike in this type of crime, airbags specifically being stolen at an alarming rate out of Hondas, Toyotas, and Acuras. Crooks can get top dollar reselling the car safety part. Officers recommend a wheel lock. Or when you park at night,
make sure it's a secured parking lot, it's well lit, and there are surveillance cameras.
As for this case, we'll freeze the video. Look at that face. Nigel hopes his dash camera will help put a stop to this man's drive to steal.
I'm hoping that this individual is caught. They definitely make a career out of this.
In Massachusetts Monday, after parking his police cruiser, an officer saw smoke and then watched as the car suddenly burst into flames. Police say he went to shut the car off and realized there were flames coming up from the back end of the vehicle. The fire department put that fire out from behind a wall to stay safe. Police want to remind the public of a valuable lesson.
Whenever you have a car fire, make sure you jump out right away. Don't even try to put it out. Don't even try to grab your personal belongings because they go up very quickly.
And why were those firefighters hiding? Well, there were rounds of ammunition in the car that exploded, but thankfully no one was hurt.
Wow, certainly a scary situation there. Well, still to come on your Suncoast News, 2 Venice police public service aides receiving praise after saving a man who was having a heart attack.
And how a new bill would allow the state to take over regulating vacation rentals instead of local governments.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
Yeah, I have questions.
Prescription drugs aren't as bad as street drugs, right?
Weed's legal, isn't it?
Drinking is worse than smoking weed.
Isn't it? Why
is heroin so addictive?
Molly just makes you feel happy.
I have questions.
Mom?
Dad, did you ever try drugs?
They're going to ask. Be ready. Go to drugfree.org. A message from Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. A relay cooking event by Northport Police.
We're going to tell you where you can take part in the food and fun, all while supporting the American Cancer Society. That's tomorrow on Good Morning Suncoast. John?
A big ridge of high pressure brings most of the country significantly quiet weather. We join in that as well with a very chilly nighttime low.
Tomorrow at 5 on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Start the year off with big savings during the Start Something New event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Why settle for less when you can shop the Suncoast's largest selection? Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $24,999. Or drive away in a beautiful new Chrysler 300 for as little as $21,999. That's right, save over $9,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
Meet Blue. Blue's not feeling well. The prescription? Generic medication. Blue wonders, do they really work as well as name brands? Yes, generics and name brand medications do work the same. Even though they may look different, generics have the same key ingredients. FDA approval is equally rigorous for generics to make sure they're as safe and effective as name brands. And Blue even saves some green, making him a little less, well, blue. Talk to your doctor about generics and visit fda.gov/generic drugs.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.